guys. I hope you're having a great day so far. We are starting a new book series, which I'm super excited about. These are books that are written by Helen Lester, and Helen Lester uses humor to tell stories, and I know you guys love humor, as do I. So here's a little list of the ones that we're going to read. Hooway for Wodney Wat, Listen Buddy, All for Me and None for All, Princess Penelope's Parrot, and Author, A True Study. So these are the ones we're going to hear this week. Starting with one I'm guessing a lot of you guys have heard, Hooway for Wodney Wat. So in this book, the main character, of course, is Wodney. His real name is Rodney, but he has a hard time saying the R sound, the sound. So here's the back cover. And here we go. Make sure you're in a comfortable spot so you can listen. Poor Wodney. Wodney Wat. His real name was Rodney Rat, but he couldn't pronounce his R's. To make matters worse, he was a rodent, a wodent. What's your name, Wodney? Asked the other rodents. Wodney Wat, whispered Wodney. What's another name for bunny? They asked knowingly. Wabbit, he mumbled. And how does a train travel? They winked at each other. A twain travels on twain tracks, Wodney replied miserably. Oh, they're not being very nice to him. So all of these animals in this book are rodents. So that includes animals such as rats, mice, hamsters, and guinea pigs. I want you guys to think for a minute. What do you think about how all the rodents are treating Wodney? And what do you notice about Wodney in the illustration? Think about that. All of this teasing day in and day out made Wodney the shyest rodent in his elementary school. His squeak could barely be heard in class. He gnawed lunch alone. And while the other rodents scurried and scooted about at recess, Wodney hid inside of his jacket. So why do you think he's doing that? Why do you guys think he's hiding inside of his jacket like that? Poor little guy. Then one day, as the rodents were taking turns doing wheelies, a new rodent, a very large rodent, barged into the classroom and announced, "My name is Camila Capybara. I'm bigger than any of you. I'm meaner than any of you, and I'm smarter than any of you." Then she added, "So there." A little intimidating. With that, she accidentally, on purpose, elbowed an ear, bumped two noses, stepped on three tails, and lay down on a desk. Fur prickled in fear through the classroom. She was sure bigger than any of them. She sure looked meaner than any of them. Was she smarter than any of them? "What's 2 plus 2? Asked Mrs. Fuzzleworth. "4! Shouted Camila Capybara without even bothering to raise her paw. "And furthermore, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, 243 plus 125 is 368. Later, when Mrs. Fuzzleworth asked what's the capital of, Camila interrupted. "New York, Albany, population 295,594. And during science, in answer to the question, what part of the plant is below ground, Camila Capybara danced on her desk and sang, "Root, root, rooty toot toot." Yep, thought all the other rodents. She's smarter than we are too. They felt very, very uncomfortable. Every afternoon, just before the final recess, Mrs. Fuzzleworth drew a name from her hat to see who would be the leader for their favorite game, Simon Says. She scrunched her eyes closed and jiggled the hat. Would it be Hairy Hamster? Minnie Feet Mouse? Grizzle Frizz Guinea Pig? Could it be big, mean, smart Camila Capybara? Miss Fuzzleworth's paw reached in and pulled out the name of Wodney Wat. The bell rang. There was a wild scurry for the door, and Camila Capybara was the first on the playground, having trampled on the others in her path. So I'm going to reread the names of the students in the class, and I want you to think about what choice did Helen Lester make when she named the characters. So there's Hairy Hamster, Minnie Feet Mouse, Grizzle Frizz Guinea Pig, Camila Capybara, Wodney Wat. So think about that. What did the author do with that? I'm guessing you noticed something. I wish I could hear you talking back to me. To Wodney, she looked especially scary. What would she do when she heard him speak? Breathe capybara breath in his face, or tie him up in his own tail, or even pounce on him? Eek. The tiny, trembling leader of the game stood before the eager players, his head well inside of his jacket, and squeaked, "Wodney says, weed the sign," while the other rodents read, "P.S. 142 Elementary School for rodents." Camila began pulling up weeds around the sign and wildly flinging them hither and yon till she was clear up to her teeth in dirt. The other rodents began to smile. So why is she weeding? Why do you think she's weeding? Wodney says, "Whap your paws around your head." He peeked a little peek out of his jacket and saw, whap, whap, whappity slap whap. Camila was whapping her paws around her head so hard she became dizzy and gave herself a headache, and she had to sit down. The other rodents couldn't help giggling. So what Wodney means and what he says are two different things because of how he's pronouncing the R's. Wodney Wat says, "Play wing around the wosy." Camila put her arms like wings and made an airplane noise. But where was the wosy? What was a wosy? So they knew it was play ring around the rosy, but look at her. By now, Wodney's voice was stronger and his head was entirely out of his jacket. "Wake the leaves!" Nobody moved. Wodney says, "Wake the leaves." While Hairy Minifeet and Grizzlefrizz and the others busied themselves raking, Camila Capybara grabbed one leaf. "Wake up!" she yelled. I love it. She snatched another. "Come on, you! Up, up, up!" And another, "Rise and shine!" And another, "Boo!" By now, all the other rodents were squealing with laughter, all but Camila, who frowned. "Stupid leaves, they won't wake up." And why was everyone laughing at her? Such bullies. In a voice so strong he had to hold his own ears, Wodney called, "Wodney says go west." The rodents collapsed in a happy heap for a rest. "Go west!" Camila Capybara, feeling very smart that she could tell directions by the sun, said, "All right, I shall go west." And then she added, "So there." West, she stomped. Forever. She was gone. What do you guys notice about how he's acting now? His attitude has sure changed. Look at how he's not hiding in his jacket. And from that day on, the pupils of PS 142 Elementary School for Rodents never teased Wodney again. He was their hero. "Hooway for Wodney Wat!" they cried. "Whoop, whoop, woody toot toot." And that is the end of our first book for this week. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm having so much fun watching you on Seesaw and seeing all of your work and your reading and your math. I hope you guys are enjoying getting onto Epic and doing some read to self at home as well. I miss you guys. Hope everybody's doing good. Bye.